Yes, there's numerous high-rises that are still on fire that we're trying to battle.
Hello again, Susanna Carr at the 7 News Desk with our continuing coverage of the terrorist attacks on the United States. A short time ago, President George W. Bush addressed the American people, speaking to a nation in shock. Here's some of what he had to say. US officials have begun piecing together a case linking anti-American terrorist leader Osama bin Laden to the terrorist attacks. They're working on an intercept of communications between his supporters and on harrowing mobile phone calls from victims aboard the jetliners before they crashed. Bin Laden is in hiding in Afghanistan. Earlier we brought you pictures of explosions in the country's capital, Kabul. Anti-Taliban fighters have now claimed responsibility for that bombing attack as part of the country's continuing civil war. The United States denied triggering the attacks. It now seems the Afghan rebels struck in retaliation for the attempted assassination of an anti-Taliban leader. Thousands of people are feared killed in the terrorist strikes, but so far the only confirmed casualties are the 266 passengers on board the airliners which were hijacked and then used in the suicide attacks. But there's also expected to be a high death toll among the emergency workers first on the scene. Latest information from New York now says 200 firefighters are thought dead, more than 2,000 injured, and almost 100 police officers are reported missing. Many New Yorkers could do little more than stand by and watch as the tragedy unfolded. One Australian journalist living just blocks from the World Trade Center spoke to 7 News about the horror that confronted her. Australian Prime Minister John Howard is in Washington, where he was meeting with President Bush on trade talks. Here's part of what Mr. Howard had to say in the US Capitol as the scope of the tragedy unfolded. The impact of the terror attacks on America has been felt around the world, with heightened security across the globe. 7 reporter Alison Fan joins us from Perth's US consulate in the heart of the city. Alison, what's happening there?
Well, here at 16 St George's Terrace, the Perth consulate has been closed down. We spoke just recently to the US consul, Oscar De Soto, and he said that he at this stage does not know when they will be reopened for business. And while there is no overt security outside the building, guards inside the building are checking people entering the offices. And of course, military installations are also on full alert, including our own Irwin Barracks. At the barracks, they're taking no chances. Soldiers are checking all cars with special mirrors for car bombs. All personnel are undergoing very, very strict identification security. And I spoke just a short while ago to a member of the American Chamber of Commerce, and he said that the business world is in limbo today, with both the American and the European stock exchanges being closed down, but it is expected that those exchanges will be open for business tomorrow. For the latest, back to you.
Alison, thanks for bringing us that report. Now, for West Australians concerned about friends and relatives in the United States, hotline numbers have been set up by the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. They are 1300 555 135 and 1800 002 214. They're the numbers to call if you're worried about anyone who might have been caught up in the terrorist attack. And we'll be staying with this tragic story throughout the day. Regular programming has been suspended. We'll have a special update just before 5 and, of course, our main bulletin at 6.